What on God's green earth happened to relatable car YouTubers? Seriously, like growing up, I used to watch a few people, and just slowly throughout the years and slowly as people get more and more successful, their content just becomes more unrelatable. Like the videos where you felt like, oh, I could do that. I could be like this guy and I can get a camera with my best friend and start a car channel and we could become successful. That's like completely out the window now. And although I'm gonna have talking points or it's gonna seem like criticism towards certain people, by no means am I down talking any of these super successful people. Obviously, if I could trade bank accounts with them in a split second, I would. So although I might mention certain people, I don't dislike these people. Like if I mention TJ Hunt, I don't dislike TJ Hunt. If I mention It's Just a Six, Adam LZ, some of these huge names in the car automotive industry, see how I'm saying huge? I'm giving praise. But still, I feel like some people have lost touch with reality a little bit. Again, no disrespect, not talking smack. The reason why I'm talking about this is because I came across a video from Car Collector Feed. Now, this is the first time I've ever mentioned Car Collector Feed on the channel. I have seen your guys' comments. Collab with CCF, CCF collab win. My dumbass typed in CCF into my YouTube search bar and nothing popped up. So I was like, maybe they're a TikTok company, maybe they're an Instagram platform, I don't know. So I just kind of like let it go. But today, as I'm eating my breakfast, on my recommended page, I see a video talking about car YouTubers from Car Collector Feed. And it fucking connected. I was like, CCF, Car Collector Feed. So I just DM'd them, ironically. I think they want to collab and stuff. And I'm interested. I like the stuff and their touch with reality. And it seems like they're somewhat aware of what I view with certain situations. I know they talked about my view on like 1,000 horsepower cars and how, I don't know if they got it right. Recently, especially in my Between Two Cars series, I tell people, don't make like over 600 or 700 on anything like streetable. Like just don't, it is not worth it. Especially if you're like drifting, 0% chance of having fun. Anything canyon related, no fun there. Like having a lot of horsepower fucking sucks. Just trust me. It's a fun car in one scenario. That's it. But anyways, so their video I watched, and it was the first, honestly, automotive video I've watched besides like how to install this in a while. And it was interesting to see other people's perspectives and how they kind of line up with mine for the most part. So today we're gonna talk about that. I'll throw in clips here and there. This is kind of the style of my second channel. So if you like this style where I just talk to you guys, I will link it down below. I host a series called Between Two Cars there, hence that. I'm gonna turn off my lights now though, because I don't have like a jumper pack. So although it looks cool for the video, you had your entertainment. So that's it. Anyways, car YouTubers. Growing up, I wasn't a huge car guy. My dad was into like old muscle cars and stuff, but growing up, I wasn't a huge car guy. It wasn't until I got my first car, which was my manual V6 New Edge Mustang, that I became enthralled with going fast. I really liked shifting. I liked being in control. I liked accelerating, and I liked feeling power. So that's what got me into cars. And I started watching car YouTubers, some that you guys probably watched or still watch to this day. I watched a good amount of TJ Hunt. I would watch a good amount of It's Just a Six. I would watch Muscle vs. Tuner. I don't know where they're at. I would watch this one British guy called Gas Kings and Mighty Car Mods and some of these other guys that I'm sure you guys have heard of. Some I never really checked out. It's not any disrespect to them. Maybe I saw a video here and there, but it wasn't on my feed. I also wasn't like chronically online, so that might have been one of the reasons. But regardless, I watched a lot of car YouTubers, and it was very, very inspiring. And one of the reasons why I got into making car videos was they were just normal dudes like you and I making content with their cars. Oh, they have an exhaust? They're gonna go on jack stands and install it. Oh, they're gonna install this cold air intake and they're gonna try to figure it out, and they're gonna try to install the headlights and whatever they're doing. It seemed relatable. It was a couple dudes that you could relate to. But now if you go to these pioneers of the automotive industry and you go to their pages, we're gonna do a transformation on my GT3 RS in one day. One day transformation of my Ferrari. One day transformation of my 1,000 horsepower 720S. It's like, holy shit. Like, again, congratulations, but god damn, it's not quite the same style of content And I understand people got to grow and evolve. Trust me, I want my content to grow and evolve. I like making my videos that entertain you guys, but I've been doing it now for a few years. I would like to try some new other car automotive stuff, like going out, going to an event, interacting with people, ride-alongs, cool stuff, you know, where you guys can see more of me out in the wild. Regardless though, this video ain't about me, unless you want to throw me into this mix, that's fine. But yeah, car YouTubers, I think what happens, and this is what happened with me, there wasn't a necessary point where I was like, all right, I'm done watching these people. Like, I don't like them or anything like that. Again, I have nothing against these people, but I think what happens is that relatability just starts to go away. Like, if The Rock tomorrow started a YouTube channel and is talking about how he can just go out and buy an Aventador SVJ or something because, you know, fuck you, nobody's gonna really watch that. Like, maybe some younger people that like The Rock, but like, nobody's gonna watch that because like they could relate to him, unless you're, I don't know, a celebrity as well. And I think that's kind of the problem. Like, again, these channels that I'm talking about are super successful, super, I mean, proud of them to have that level of success. But when you buy a GT3 and you throw it in your shop on your $5,000 lift, if not more, and you have a team of mechanics working on the car, and you're kind of just the mascot now, I feel like that loses a lot of relatability. That's one thing why I've kept my channel as close to grounded as possible. I know I'm not known for like working on my cars, like I do it, but my channel is, oh, this guy makes fun of cars. That's his channel. That's what this guy does. And I wish my channel was more of me building my cars and going out racing them, which is why I try to do a little bit of both, because that's my passion. Like, I really like working on my cars. I always complain about doing it. Like, when I had to put the whole rear end in this car, oh, it sucked, but I did it, and I'm happy I did it. And like, you know, even yesterday, I made a TikTok just really quick. I painted the underside of my hood. I'll throw in a photo here if I remember. And it's like, yeah, it was a shitty little job that I had to do, but I enjoyed it. I'm happier that I did it. My car looks better now that I did it. Even just making my homemade custom air duct, like that was a solid 2 days of work, making the air duct, making it functional, and making fog lights so hopefully the police don't give a shit. Yeah, that was a lot of work. That was some custom shit that I did. Would it have been easier to take it to a guy and been like, hey, this is what I want, make it happen, here's $1,000? Yeah, but that wouldn't have been fun. And I also like, I wanted to do it because I wanted to do it. Over the years, I've had that thought of like, it would be cool to buy a shop to where I can film videos and like just kind of have my own space and have all of everything I need. But one of the motivating factors for not doing that was I really would lose that like relatability. And that's part of the reason also why I sold my McLaren. Like, I didn't enjoy the McLaren nearly as much as I do the ZR1. But like, nobody gives a fuck about the McLaren. Like, you guys don't give a shit about it. Like, genuinely, I didn't give a shit about the car. So yeah, like, why was I gonna keep the car? Nobody is searching up, oh, I wonder how to install intakes on my MP412C. Oh, I wonder what the best exhaust system is for it. Nobody gives a shit about the car because it's not relatable. And it's like, again, it was a fun car. I'm grateful that I was able to own it. It's completely a first world problem to complain about a supercar that I had. I understand that. It's completely like, it sounds like I'm out of touch. But like the ZR1, you can find these for, you know, $50,000, $60,000, and it's a relatively obtainable car. At the end of the day, it is still just a Corvette. It ain't no C8 Z06 or ZR1, whatever. It ain't that. I would understand it, but you know, it's a relatable car. It's feasible for all of you guys. Everything is. But one thing that Car Collector Feed was talking about in their video was people or car YouTubers like out of touchness with like, you know, their terms like budget build. They had a huge segment, a huge part of that video was some guy. I don't know his name. I forgot his name already. It was a guy I was unfamiliar with, but he was doing a budget build on like a BRZ. So they bought like a BRZ. It was a shell, and they were seeing how they can make it a budget build, able to drift and go out and have fun. And so they threw in a fucking turbo K24 because that's more budget, I guess, and ended up spending like $36,000, $37,000 on the car. I don't know about you guys, but that doesn't sound very budget friendly to me. When I did my budget Honda Civic, I think I was all in, not including blowing up the motors, maybe even including one of them, all in probably $15,000. So purchase of the car, I think, was about $6 grand, and then a K-Series plus all of the stuff. Now, again, I shopped smart. I actually bought most of the stuff. I did get the turbo kit for free, I will admit that. Hands up, hands where I deserve them. But even equating to the turbo kit, which wasn't like some top of the line stuff, I still think we're in like that $15,000 ballpark. But because I bought stuff secondhand, I found guys that had parts that I needed and I bought them off of them. And it just, again, it took a little bit longer, but in my opinion, that's more of a budget build. When somebody says budget build, I personally think $10,000 all in or $5,000 in parts is pretty budget friendly. Like if somebody had a 3-valve and they wanted a budget build, okay, well, let's do a budget build. Okay, you want a little bit of power? Let's throw the Ford Performance intake manifold on with an intake. Okay, let's get some, you don't need long tubes on these cars. The 3-valves don't really have much power gains from long tubes. So we could skip out on that, do a cat delete, do a, just set of axle backs, just save all that. Just again, you don't need crazy diameter for the whole system. You're in the car probably now about $2,000. Let's do some suspension, lowering springs and shocks. Maybe that'll be another $1,000 or so. Again, that stuff isn't super expensive. And then some wheels. That's a budget build in my opinion. Not a fucking motor swap. In what world is a motor swap a budget option? It's so expensive. Even if you're just going to a Coyote, like a Ford to a Ford, it is still so expensive to do a motor swap. Anybody who says motor swaps can be budget friendly are smoking dick. Like smoking dick. It's just not even feasible. It's just like, no. LS swaps, yes, they're popular. They're not necessarily cheap. The motor's cheap. Yeah, you can find a cheap LS all day. But everything else to make it run is not cheap. I don't know what these people are thinking. I'm not making this video because I want people like TJ Hunt or It's Just a Six or Adam LZ to like go back to making like videos on jack stands and stuff like that. Like that's not why I'm making this video, but it is interesting over the years to hear people say, oh, I stopped watching him when he bought the Ferrari. Oh, I stopped watching him when he twin turboed the Audi. Oh, I stopped watching him when he bought the McLaren. It is interesting to hear that. And it's like, again, people grow, people's businesses grow. They start making more money. If I had the amount of money that these people made, sure, I would probably be doing some crazy shit too. Would I necessarily be renting out or owning a shop and doing it? I don't know. Because again, I like doing it, but they also have multiple streams of income, multiple businesses. TJ Hunt has one of the most popular and one of the most profitable clothing brands in the like YouTube industry, I would say. Gavin, It's Just a Six, he has a music career that he's trying to build up and stuff. So again, these people have multiple things going on. I understand that it's not feasible to just sit in your garage and work on your cars all day. I'll tell you from experience, it's a lot of time wasted. Like if my girlfriend didn't have a full-time job or I had a job as well, it would be damn near impossible for me to do some of the stuff that I would do. It would take forever to get parts in. But since I'm blessed with you guys watching my videos, I'm able to spend a day throwing the rear end in, throwing headlight delete in, painting the underside of the hood, throwing injectors in this car. I have that ability. One of the reasons why I don't collab with many YouTubers, at least near me, is a lot of the YouTubers near me, they only care about one thing, and that's like the clout factor. Like personally, I prefer to hang around car guys when I'm not filming. Like I genuinely don't like being that guy holding the fucking camera and making content out of it. Yesterday, a bunch of my friends from Texas, they were out of town, or they were in town, they were in LA. And so I decided to go hang out with them and I wanted to show them a good time. So I took them to Angeles Crest and gave them each ride-alongs in the ZR1. And yes, I could have made a video giving my friends a ride along my ZR1, scaring my friends in the canyon. And yeah, it might have been a pretty good video, but I just wanted to hang out with my friends. Like I just wanted to go out there and just like, look it guys, this is cool, right? And that was it. But if they were all like content creators, I already know that like it would have been like, oh, I'm forced to film a video because if I'm not filming but they're filming, then it's like I'm using them for them to post on their channel and then I'm farming their views. I just don't like that. I'm ultimately into cars. Like, I don't know how else to put it. If I wasn't a car YouTuber, or I hate this goddamn word, an influencer, I would be making the same choices with my cars, whether it be doing my dumb shit to this or doing dumb shit to this. I would be doing shit like that. I've even told multiple of my friends, like, if I could get out of making money on YouTube and make it elsewhere, but still have the free time, I would. I don't do this for like the YouTube clout or like the Instagram clout or like any of that. Again, I'm very grateful. I'm very happy that you guys love my content, but ultimately I started this channel to make funny videos for people and to make money to afford my car addiction. That's, that's the worst and best way to put it. I also think one of the big things, and I know they touched on this in their car collector feed video, is people have that unrealistic expectation of horsepower. And like, they have that TikTok brain rot of if it's not making 1,000 horsepower, it's slow. Like, a lot of people think that I'm stupid for buying a ZR1 and saying, I don't want it to be more than 700 wheel, you know? Like yes, I want it to have a fat cam, but if it's gonna make too much power with a cam, I'm not gonna do it. Like, that's one thing that like I've told myself. Same with these, I ordered a part and I'm damn near ready to cancel it because if I add that part, it's gonna be too fast, I think. And so it's like, people have this like TikTok brain rot, and I've probably contributed to it a little bit. I know early on I would call like everything slow. Again, it's kind of just part of the Drew Peacock character. It is what it is, but having 1,000 horsepower car is not fun. I had way more fun in this, and I scared my friends way more driving this through the canyons, which only makes 600 horsepower. It's still a fast car. I know it. Again, I sound completely out of touch. It's not a 200 horsepower car, but point is, I have more fun driving this than I do this. I gave my friends a ride along in this as well yesterday, and they said this was scarier. This was more fun. You see what I'm saying here? You don't need to have 1,000 horsepower. You don't even need to have 600 horsepower, depending on what your preference is with what you're trying to do. You want a canyon car? 300 horsepower. You don't need much more than that. You want a drift car? 300 horsepower. You don't need much more than that. You want a straight line race car? 500 to 700 horsepower. It'll be plenty fucking fast most of the time, unless it's a Hellcat. That's different. We don't talk about them land yachts here. But regardless, you don't need 1,000 horsepower to drift. You don't need 1,000 horsepower to race. You don't need 1,000 horsepower. I have a subscriber who wants to race this car, and he just picked up a 1,200 horsepower like GTR or something, like an R32 or R33. I forgot which one it is. I'm like, yeah, let's do it. You wanna know why? Because 1,200 horsepower on the street, it's not gonna work. You're gonna have to turn it down to a map that's gonna be comparable to this. I know this car is dialed in pretty good. I'm pretty confident. I probably will lose. There's a chance. I mean, if it's all-wheel drive, it makes more power. I should lose, but I'm pretty confident in this car. So, and even if I lose, who cares? It's a fucking race. There's always gonna be a loser in a race. There's always gonna be a winner. You can't win them all. To get back to the main topic though, I feel like when people grow, obviously their content has to grow as well. But when doing that, you sort of just lose that relatability with people, and it's kind of just par for the course, honestly. If I had millions of dollars at my disposal, would I go out and buy a GT3 and do some crazy shit to it? Maybe. I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you guys and say, I wouldn't buy anything fancy. I might, but at the same time, I get a lot of enjoyment from putting my cars together. Like, a lot of people have said, why don't I just take my Supra to a shop and have a shop rebuild it? What's the fun in that? The only fun in that is I get to swipe my damn credit card, and that doesn't sound like fun to me. I'd rather just put it together at my own pace with my own hands so I know everything's done right. Or so it's done wrong again and it burns down again. Point is, people grow, content changes. Is it a bad thing that people have found massive success and their content has evolved? I don't think so. But I do think it does just like discourage a lot of younger people and a lot of newer people, because it's like, it also just, it makes it harder for other car YouTubers. I've definitely noticed it. Like, it's pretty hard to compete when someone in their vlog can do a, $200,000 build in a weekend, where I have to spend days just doing little things. So I don't know, just my own 2 cents. Like I said, this video was, I guess, motivated by the car collector feed video. So blame them for everything. I'm joking. Anyways, let me know your guys' thoughts. Is it bad? Does it discourage you guys? Do you guys stop watching YouTubers when they grow and stop making that relatable content, or what? Let me know what you guys think down below. Subscribe and check out my second channel if you like videos like this. Anyways, deuces.